This is Rogue Wing, Coraline, or Helen RD over at Starship Modeler. Welcome to the workshop. After finishing work on the two sides of the mirror project, decided this time I'm going to build a battleship. But this being me, it's going to be a space battleship. Specifically, the 1/1000th scale space battleship Yamato from the show of the same name. American fans might recognize her as the Argo from Star Blazers. I did an open box review of this one, but we're going to take a little closer look. Instructions are fairly straightforward. There are a lot of little bitty guns to be dealt with, but all totaled, counting mounting her on the base, you're only looking at 10 steps. Model comes with 3 sprues of parts, using Bandai's typical, let's try to color the parts the color they would be and save some painting issues. Detail's pretty good. There are engraved panel lines, but they're really, really fine. I mean, running my thumb over them, I can't even feel them. But you've got the bottom of the hull and some of the top detail. You've got the base and some of the engine details, as well as gun details for most of the smaller turrets. And then you have the final sprue, which contains the upper hull, main deck, 3-piece main guns. I like that because it allows the guns to elevate, but having the piece in the bottom to trap the piece, or to trap the gun barrel piece, keeps the guns from exposing the deck as you raise and elevate them. I don't know how well the detail will come up on that. When I did the in-box review, I couldn't see the detail. There is very minute fluting on the inside of this wave motion cannon piece, which is good, because it'll save me having to try to recreate it. This one I'm going to do mostly as a straight out of the box build, and I'm seeing progress on this to take a lot less time than the mirror build did. This one, though, like that one, is for the spring model, the big spring contest over at Scale Model Addict. If you're not a member over there, head over there, take a look. It's ScaleModelAddict.com. Bunch of good people over there, and the $5 entry fee for the contest is going to a good cause. Okay, started some serious construction work on her, and things are progressing. Not well, but they're progressing. Went ahead and did the base first, mostly so I've got somewhere to set the thing down. There are no pegs to locate it. It just sits loosely in the base. As you can see, there's a nice metal foil decal marking what she is and her dimensions, both in the Japanese script and in English script. The main, well, as they call them in the American version, the shock cannon. Guns will fully elevate. Now, there is a nasty seam running around the bottom of that, but since it's going to be face down the whole time, I'm not really going to worry about filling it. But, you know, you got all 3 of the shock cannon done, as well as whatever that big pot is on the bottom. I've been sanding on it. As you can see, I did my best to try to get a big old thumbprint in the middle of it as I was clamping it with my fingers. Been using some fine grit sanding sticks to clean her up. Probably need to actually wet it down again, get rid of most of the leftover sanding dust. The main hull is coming along. As you can see, I've got some cleanup to work to do along the seam, but most of that should just sand out. Back here it gets kind of ugly, but again, because it's right along a major panel line, if you will, I'm not that worried about it. The other side turned out a little better. Got the wave motion cannon installed. I'll probably detail paint that something relatively bright to help make it stand out. There is one nasty seam on this thing. It runs the length of the bottom of the ship. As you can see, I've been wet sanding, try to clean up most of it. And it is coming up. It's not as pronounced a stair step. I'm trying to avoid painting this thing if I can. Basically do most of the details through weathering rather than paint. We'll have to see how this seam comes up. If it comes out all right, I'll probably just leave it be and seal it. I'll just draw in these fine panel lines with a pencil like I've done on previous builds. But that's where we sit right now. Little progress update. Been working on this nasty bottom seam. As you can tell, there's still some white showing in here, but that nasty stair step I had before is pretty much gone, for which I'm very thankful. Need to clean this up a little bit more, and then the keel will be basically done, which will bring me up to the step of putting the main deck in place. Main guns are in place, as are the catapults used to launch the Cosmo Zero. The guns do elevate. All but the front turret will actually still rotate. But at this point, next step is to get this piece into the hull, and then from there it'll be time to start building superstructure. All in all, aside from a couple of fit issues with the bottom of the hull, I'd have been happier with it being one piece and then put the extra detail on the bottom. But all in all, this is coming out pretty good so far. Okay, this thing is zipping right along. Got one more little bit done. Got the main deck glued into place. Got the little antenna thing off the bubble in the middle. And we have the main engine on the back. At this point, the next step is the superstructure, which I think I will leave for tomorrow, because there's a lot of little bitty pieces involved and a lot of little bitty guns. But at this rate, this build is going very, very quickly.